on? It's Rochelle here at a new episode on Clutch and Colors Garage. We are getting ready to tear down the Toyota Levin today. This thing was imported directly from Japan. The customer is wanting all the rust repair done on it. Body straight. We're going like a toasted cherry, I think is what he said. But yeah, we're gonna tear it down and we'll keep you guys updated.
Woo! Look at this car, all you beautiful people. We got this thing blowing apart. Unfortunately, we have revealed some serious issues with this poor Levin. So, as some of you may know and some of you may not know, and I'm learning as we go, this is basically a Corolla from the doors forward. An 84 to 86 or 87 Corolla. From there to there. Other than headlights, a few small things have changed, obviously, because this is a JDM model and ours are a USDM. And then from here back would be equivalent to the AE86 of the same year. So that's all fine and dandy. We've been able to find some parts that we need, but we have come across some serious rust. We got this thing tore down, and this goes all the way through to the inside. You can see plumb through it. There's my hand on the outside. Whew. Serious rust. So we've got some here. We knew about a few spots, but it got pretty serious. We are going to have to rebuild a lot of this. It's rusted here through the dash. We knew about that one, but then we've got rust all down through here, and then it has actually ate out the entire rocker. I don't know if y'all can see that very well, but it is gone skis. Woo! That ain't the end of it. We have got rust here. That goes all the way through to the inside. Let me grab a flashlight. This is pretty bad. Anyways, that's really bad. I'll get to that. We've got quite a bit of rust around the gas cap there. It got into all the rain channels on this thing. Just ate them out completely. So that's what we're working on, and then if Rochelle and I are feeling ambitious enough, we're going to get this engine out. It looks super simple. A couple hoses, a couple lines, boop, should be able to pop it out. I hope fairly simple. If not, we will get to that a little bit on a later date. And actually, look here. They actually call it an AE86 right there. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so that's all this thing really truly is. It's got all sorts of cool Japanese writing on it. Kind of all over the place, but that's really all it is. So let's jump back into getting this thing torn apart. All right, y'all. Woo! We got that windshield out. That one was a little bit of a task. Look at that rust. Not good. So that was the reason the windshield had to come out, was due to the rust. The corner glass had to come out due to rust. And now we're going to pull the other corner glass, only because we pulled the other corner glass and the windshield. So it only makes sense to pull that one and paint everything. So that's what we're going to do.
How much more rust we can find?
Yeah, like I said. See how much
more rust we can find.
Hopefully there's not a whole lot more, but at the same time, hopefully there's more, so we can just find it all at one time and get it taken care of. Alright, y'all, we're back on this thing. As you can see, the engine's almost out. What's an engine removal on a right-hand drive without some Chinese food, you know what I mean? We got ourselves a little fried rice over there, eating and working. We're about out with this thing. As you can see, we were able to pull it with the transmission. We had to remove all of this over here, though. Alright. Would you believe it? I only had to eat a few times in order to get this thing out. So we got it out. It's down on the ground. Obviously, master of messes. I put the bucket, but it went everywhere around the bucket. Gotta love having the rear output shaft. Anyways, one step forward, 200 steps to go. So let's knock this thing out. Well. what do we have here? Another episode, another day, and another car in the garage. This is Chris's right-hand drive Toyota Levin. We got this thing in, it was back at the old shop probably about a year ago, maybe a little over a year, probably over a year. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. It's just gotten away from me, but one thing I've learned with all of this is if you just keep pushing forward, you will finally and eventually meet all your goals and get to where you want to be. That's where I'm at today. I never thought I'd get to see the day where I could finally get this thing done for Chris and put all the BS aside and stop making up all these excuses. I mean, COVID hit, and that was, everyone's excuse, and I tried not to use it, but it literally took me out of business. I went from the shop to this, and if you guys are new viewers on this, if you look back, we had a massive shop, Clutch and Colors. It was running really good, clean Texas, and then the pandemic. So I am in the garage. I'm trustworthy to all my customers. I am pushing through and getting all of their cars done. I have not led anyone astray yet. So with that being said, we're gonna jump into this Levin. It is a rust bucket. Like I said, it is a true Japan car. It's like a mid-80s. It's been through a lot. You guys can see here, big old patch cut out there, just rust up in there, rust back over here in the gas area. We've just got rust everywhere on this thing. Much better. It is a full interior car. I do have all the interior for it. We have a bunch of new parts, all new suspension, bushing, sway bars, all sorts of good stuff for this car. So tonight I'm gonna focus on getting a bunch of these spots cleaned up. We did get a bunch set in Bondo, built patches, as you guys can see. I've got a patch over here on this one. We got to finish grinding it out, skim it over, it'll be done. I still gotta build a patch for up in here. So there's still a lot of work on the car. We have done a lot of work, and there's still a long ways to go. The bottom of this fender, oof, real rough shape. Might try to find another one. This fender's in the same condition. A lot of the metal on the car is in bad shape. The fiberglass, this is fiberglass. All the overlays, the bumpers are all fiberglass. I do have a lot of work to do on this one. So with that being said, I know I'm 3 minutes into talking here, sorry about that. But if you wanna know what's going on with it, let's dive into it, and I hope you guys enjoy today's video on this Toyota Levin. So with that being said, let's get to work. I've got a couple spots that I'm finishing up some Bondo on. I got this patch all in and made, so just cleaning it up now, skim coated it. It's all nicey nice, super happy with it. Got this guy fixed as well. Well, the two little round patches in right there, skim coated those with some kitty hair, so I know they won't rust. That's all good. This rust repair is all good and taken care of. All the rust in the doors are taken care of. These are the last couple pieces. This section's all made. We did remake this channel here, as you guys can see. So I've got to go in, clean up the bottom sides of all of those yet. This guy here, it had the big old crack in it. It was missing a whole bunch in the front. So I went ahead, cleaned it all up, kitty haired it. So now I just got to go in, sand that, and sand all of this. I did grind these out, V them out, get all the old garbage out of them and get it all cleaned up. So that's there. The wife has been going crazy. She's got the top side, bottom side of that sanded. Skirts are sanded, back bumper sanded. The whole front bumper is sanded as well. The hatch is sanded and the spoiler sanded. And I've been on the car Doors are sanded. I've got to sand the roof in this quarter. I did sand the other quarter. This one's sanded of the sealer. My repair came out pretty nice down in here. Super happy with it. We had to weld that spot in, do that rust repair. I did go through this one. It was super gnarly, gross. I've got to clean it all up, finish it yet. So getting really, really close on that. Like I said, the jams are good. The engine bay is all good. It's all just sealed white, ready to go. This fender is good. I got to go through, clean up this edge and a few little spots, clean up this inner groove. So we are making a lot of progress. This is definitely not something that's like, oh yeah, we're just gonna fix this car real quick. It's a lot of work. So that's a quick 3-minute rundown for you guys. We're gonna dive back into this. Like I said, I haven't been filming because it's been so hot and I've just been miserable and sweaty and just kind of in a bad mood, I guess you could say. But you guys will catch me in a good mood and I'm gonna keep working on this thing. So hope you guys are enjoying it. Sorry it's not much action, but it is a really cool car and a lot of fun to watch. So let's dive back into this thing and get it done. I tell you what, it was a hot one today. Alright, so we're in here and we're working on the Levin. I've been working mad on the Levin trying to get this thing done, ready for paint. Anyways, we're at the guide coating stage. As you can see, I got the wife over there. It's late. She's helping me guide coat this thing. And I have started to wet sand it. Boom. So I'm gonna block this all out, block out all the parts, even the flares. And then we are going to start mocking everything up and getting everything put together. I'm going to try and see, I think the front fender moldings, these ones here, I am just going to mold those on. Those guys don't need to come back off for any particular reason and they're a little rough, so I'm just gonna go ahead and throw a little panel bond behind them, stick those things on, make sure they're on there good and solid, and then move on to painting them. No reason to paint everything, put those on and then kind of put the panel bond and clean up that edge. I'll just do it before we paint, so I'll sand all this, do that before we paint. But other than that, the rear skirts, actually, I might even take and just put those on with the car as well because they don't need to come back off for any particular reason. So yeah, a few little things I can do here before we paint it. Just trying to make it as easy as possible for painting. I'm gonna sand all this and then get ready to tape it all up, paint it. All right, y'all, this Levin is painted. I'm super happy with the way that it came out. Super, super happy. Right now we're getting ready to put this engine back in the car. And then once we're done with that, she is going to start on all the interior of the car. Cleaning it, pulling up that carpet. We're gonna paint or roll some liner down on all the back there, make it really nice. And then putting all the interior back together. Fingers crossed we can finish this thing up in a week. From here on, I'm gonna try to film a little bit more. It's easier now. Painting is got to be kind of a pain to film when I'm doing it by myself in the garage. I don't have the workspace, for one, that I used to. For two, it's more stressful of an environment than it used to be. At the shop, I was so relaxed. I had so much room and nothing was really ever in my way. Where here, I mean, I have a path built right now around the car and we can't even really get behind it, and it's a smaller car. We do possibly maybe have some things in the works. We'll see about that. I'm gonna go back out, talk with this guy a little bit more, and then I will fill you guys in on that and kind of see what happens there. What you gotta say about it, honey?
Very, I don't even know.
As
what
this,
to say about it.
as the guy that we talked to earlier today would have said, crazy times right now. That's the easiest way to put it. So, crazy
think it
times.
could be a good new journey, so
Good new journey.
we're gonna see what it's all about.
Y'all heard it. Anyways, for now, let's throw this engine in, get everything clean, and make this thing look as good as the rest of the car. Rust bucket to really nice car real soon. Let's get it. Cradle is dropped. We just got to finish pulling it out. So now we are going to clean this thing up, get it ready to accept that engine, get those gears changed, and get it put back in. Let's get that knocked out. Got an engine all back together, fresh manifold gasket, used anti-seize on all the nuts and bolts, put all the mounts back on it. They're all down and tight, one right over in this corner, nice and dark, but hey, we've got our anti-seize. Got the alternator bracket back on, and also this motor mount on. We're cruising right along. So engine's on the cradle. We're gonna get ready to flip this thing around and shove it underneath the car and drop the car down on top of it. Oof, that kicked our arses, man. But it is in. Fully in, jacks out, on its own wheels. 2:30 in the morning. In the morning, as you guys see, dark time. Like I said, we're pulling these night shifts. We started, I don't know, it probably took about 2 hours, I guess, to about 10:30. So we came about 10:30 and started pulling everything. As you guys seen, we did drop the cradle and we painted it all black, so it's all nice and looking much better. So now we're gonna start pulling lines up, moving lines, tucking what we need to, getting these gears here pulled out and changed, getting the idler changed out on it, and just really start putting this whole thing together. Now the wife can start working on the interior. We're gonna start cleaning up all the window trims, putting those on. We're gonna start with doors, probably putting doors all together, getting those where we want them. We're gonna come back here, get this all painted black, rolled black, pull the carpet, get it all black, everything black on the inside, get the cage cleaned up, because it's gonna actually go on top of the posts now, or on top of the carpet, so you're gonna be able to see the cage. He wanted it white. We may or may not get it white. I think it's just gonna have to go black again. It'll be just so much easier. It's already black. Scuff it, clean it up, shoot it black. It'd look probably much better in there too than white. Anyways, we'll see what happens there. But interior, dash, all the gauges, like I said, I'm gonna just start really pounding out the front end of this thing and have the wife just start really going to town on the inside. So we will catch you guys a little later in the morning, further along in a bit. All right, y'all, we are back. Been kicking butt on this thing, just cruising right along. Right now we're working on cleaning up some of this wiring, getting it plugged into the engine control module, the fuse box, and then getting some stuff plugged in over on that side. Drive shaft, that kicked my butt, but it is in there. What a nightmare it was. For whatever reason, it just didn't want to go in, but I got it. It's all nice, it rolls, doesn't make no noises. Also got the shifter in, so all good there. That seems to be working just fine. We got the wife out here sweating with us again. We're getting ready to put the dash in and do a whole bunch of wiring and then bust out all this interior. Last night she got a lot of this done, buttoned up back here, all the door put together on this side, all the levers are in, handles in, locks in, everything's working. So we just got to do seals and door panel after we put glass in. But yeah, let's dive into this thing and clean up a bunch of this wiring and get the interior together. Alright, y'all, I had a big goof moment. I thought I recorded us putting the front end together. Apparently I didn't. Last you guys seen, we were playing with some stuff on the interior, and by golly, we got it all buttoned up. It's all looking good. Actually, I think I was working on this knob here. So we went ahead and put all that in down there. It's all wired. I've got to tuck some things up on the passenger side yet, but everything is wired on the inside. And we did go ahead and blow through the front end on this thing. We've got the skirts on it, we've got the fenders on it, bumper, headlights, all the good stuff. This thing's just looking money. Man, almost makes you want one, doesn't it? Almost makes me want one. Anyways, right now we are working on the glass. The way the glass goes in is you have to put these bottom ones in first, and then the glass sits on them. And then it'll go in, and then the top ones over there will actually go in and hug the glass into the seal there. This thing's kind of funky. If you guys notice here, this glass is blue, and this glass is bronze. See the difference there? Bam, bam. The whole driver's side of the car is bronze, and the whole passenger side is blue, and then it has a bronze hatch and a bronze windshield. Very weird how, I don't know what happened. In Japan, I would assume this car has been restored, and they broke out the glass when they were messing with it, would be my only guess. Or something happened and the glass broke. Anyways, it's got bumpers. We got a lot of aligning to do, but it's looking really good. The engine bay, it's almost ready to fire up. This thing's real close. We gotta put a battery in it, and I've gotta hook up a few lines over here. We're running a different intake, so I got a different line there. I have to hook up a couple grounds. I believe that one's a ground, and I believe this one here is a ground. And then I just got a couple little ones like these two, not quite sure. These here, I believe, are for AC fan. So once I get that plugged back up, I believe that's where those will go. And other than that, all the plugs are plugged in. I've got to mask the car off and paint that section right through there. No big deal. We're putting trims on, going back together, getting ready to paint the stuff tomorrow that I didn't get painted. And today, we went and bought a Ryobi caulk gun, some butyl, and some window weld, so we can get this glass in correctly. I'm tired of trying to pump it on there. I want to make sure these are sealed right on this car, and I got the GTO next. I went ahead and cut my tip, got it all ready to go, got the V in it. I think we're ready to knock this out. So anyways, let's jump into doing that and get some glass in this car. I truthfully think it's the bad gas. The gas is freaking nasty that's in this thing. But it did try to spit and sputter a few times, and that's kind of what makes me think it's bad gas related. So as you guys see, it cranks. It reeks of freaking... Oh, I got a few vacuum leaks. That might be it too. These things have vacuum, 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 vacuum everywhere. So I'm gonna go through a couple lines, check over a few things on it. This gas is freaking nasty. Yep, look at the latches over there. It's gross. So I'm gonna check a few things out, see if, excuse me, we can't get this thing running. I don't know what I did, but now it's happy. I crawled underneath. I see a little leak on the return line. So I crawled underneath, seen the ground wasn't hooked up, tightened it up, kept cranking on it, and it kind of started a little bit, and then it just picked up out of nowhere. So I think I had an injector stuck closed. That would be my guess. Stuck closed injector, and now with that injector all fixed, or unstuck, I'm almost positive that's what it was. Tomorrow I'm gonna hook up the O2 sensor and the exhaust, because it is a little late and I don't want to make the neighbors mad. So that's just all I needed. I can fix these couple little leaks and we'll be rocking and rolling. So huge success. Check it out. What you think, darling?
It's getting there. It's looking really good.
It's looking really good. Oh man, look at that.
Almost
Almost ready,
ready.
huh? Almost. All right, y'all. As you can see, we've got a hood on it. We've got the hatch on it. All the body panels other than these moldings, they're right here. Interior is coming right along. We've got most all the cage put back in this thing. We just got to tighten it down. We've got the strut bar back in. We put some rust treatment rubber stuff down there. We've got it cleaned up here, waiting for seats. They're in the house, we just got to put them in. But right now I am doing hood latches. We're doing upgraded to aero latch. Before we had dun 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 these good old guys. Yes, these were right here, but it's time for aero latches. So we're throwing those on. The way I am doing these, all right, so the way that we're doing these is, you can see I had to cover this hole here, and they already had the hood pins. So I had taken this guy, set it on there, looks pretty nice, traced it, did all that, and it's gonna cover that hole. Perfect, 2 birds, 1 stone. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get those all mounted, put in, cut, cleaned up. Yes, I'm doing it after the hood's painted, but it's too easy. Get those done, and then we're gonna finish bolting up the cage, and then we're gonna throw these wheel flares on, align that back bumper, clean this thing, throw the seats in it, and see where we're at. We have successfully installed new hood pins. Hit the latch for me, darling. Voila, they're in. Look pretty dang good even from the bottom side. Maybe one of my best ones to date. Set the hood. Give it a good push. Those babies go right in. Bam! We're getting really, really close on this thing now, guys. The hood's all done. The hatch is on. The hatch latches are on. So that's all good there. Right now I'm gonna throw these wheel wells on, throw the seats in this thing, and take it up to the gas station. I'm stoked. All right, it's like 3:15 in the morning. 3:30 in the morning, but the car is 95% complete. We'll see it in the morning, but I just wanted to update you guys, let you know that we are still working on this thing. 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm so tired. I've been up for 2 straight days trying to get this car done. I took a little nap here and there, but basically been up for 2 straight days trying to get this car done. Yeah, almost there though. Then it's the GTO and the Del Sol, and those are going to another shop. That means the Plymouth can come in here. Catch you all in the morning. All right, y'all, there she is, all finished up. I hope you guys enjoyed this series. This car was a lot of work. Make sure to check it out, start to back. All of it here, this thing's just awesome. Chris is on his way to go get a dolly and then come pick it up. So he's already checked it out. We're all good there. Just loving it. Anyways, thanks for watching. Catch you guys on the next episode.